All right, everybody, welcome in to the Russ and Vince Courtside Podcast, man, where we bring you the hottest sports and takes. You got your boy Russ here, and Vince, who's gonna be hopping on here soon too. He's grabbing his tissues right now because he is sad. He is, well, actually, sadder than a lot of us because this game, the Thunder did win, but the Pacers the Pacers would have won this game if Haliburton was in it. I know this may seem shocking to some of you that I would even say this, but the Pacers would have won if Haliburton was in. You're telling me he wouldn't have dished out some assists to teammates who would have made those shots? You're telling me he wouldn't have made it a few shots on his own? Yes, I do know that he doesn't score a lot, but he had 3 threes in this game in the first quarter, and then he goes down with that possible Achilles tear. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't know exactly what the injury is. His right calf was the one with the injury. But if you watch that video of when he went down in the first quarter, oof, I thought his calf like snapped back. But people are telling me that the Achilles also does make it do that. But regardless or not, that did not look pretty. And it just goes to show you the heart and hustle and dedication Tyrese Haliburton has to this game. I mean, to go down in Game 7 of the NBA Finals of your first championship, that's tough. That's I don't even know what to say about that other than the man could have sat out to preserve his career because after you tear an Achilles, there's no guarantee that you're going to be the same person you were before it. So it's going to be interesting to see. But my whole point here is that the Thunder, they deserve to win it. You know, they did only what they could, which was fight who was in front of them, and that was the Pacers. And unfortunately, Tyrese Haliburton does go down. So, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to just ponder the events that has happened right now because it's one of those situations where you want the team that wants it the most to win the championship because you don't want to see someone who doesn't deserve it or somebody who, you know, very showboaty and just like, acts better than everybody else. But this game, it was a toss up. The Pacers were away, the Thunder were at home. The Pacers actually beat the Thunder in one of the games in this series, not game one, when they were on the road in Oklahoma. And for them to honestly just give it up and go down like that, it's very sad because you want to do everything you can to win the game. And Tyrese, he put everything on the line. I mean, it's kind of interesting to think about because when a player goes down in the playoffs, like an Achilles or ACL, they're going to be not playing for like 9 to 12 months or even longer. And that's where the part comes in where it's just like, man, your teammates have to think about if they want to resign next year. Some players who are older and might think about retiring unless they have a real shot. And it's like if Tyrese was still on this team next year, uninjured, then those teammates would be more likely to sign because they know, okay, we made it to the finals. There's a good chance that, like, if we work hard and improve on the things that got us here, that we have a real shot at coming back and winning next year. But it's crazy how much of a drop off things go when you go to the finals because going through that grueling like 82 game season and then have to play at the minimum 16 games just to win the championship, it's grueling. Imagine having to do that again the next year. And you hope the Pacers are going to be in a good spot next year, but if Tyrese isn't playing, like, how good is this team, Because how many of those games came down to the wire for the Pacers this year in the regular season where Tyrese came up clutch and got them to where they needed to be? and closed it out and won the game for him. Without him, it's like, I imagine they'll probably do okay. But let's be real here. How far can they go without Tyrese? That's the big thing here. Um, that's tough. So it's like his teammates are not even going to see him play until not the next season, but the season after that. And that's what's tough, especially like Game 7 in the finals. That's when you go down. I mean, like usually, like if a player comes back at the beginning of the playoffs, like if he's a big rotation guy, it's possible to like integrate him back in if he's ready. But in Game 7 of the finals, there was just like almost no shot of even being able to make it back because you get an Achilles tear injury, and then that's gonna keep you out for over a year, and you're not gonna bring him back in the finals. That would just be silly. So I'm sitting here just, even though I picked OKC to win, you would think that I would be sitting here all happy. Yeah, OKC, they won the first championship, which is cool. But it's not even that I wanted the Pacers in my heart to win. It's I wanted to see a healthy finals and to know when somebody goes down, especially very important, that it just like makes you think, what if, what would have happened if Tyrese had finished out the game? Thing is we'll never know. We'll never know. But so it's a sad day. Looks like we got Vince on the stage here. Vince, how you doing, brother?
Man, not much. Just trying to get my joy back. Enjoy the rest of my night after a terrible, like, 3 quarters of basketball I had to just witness. But here we are. So
I sat here, man, and I honestly been thinking like, I don't care. Nobody can change my mind on this. The Pacers would have won if Tyrese was on it. That's the biggest thing for me. It's like this. I mean, like, yeah, I know it was like 20-point game, but like at the end when it was, it went down to like 10 points, and then they literally gave an open layup to Chet at the other end, and it's like, bro, you just got down to 10. Now you're gonna get Chet with an open layup. It's like, bruh. So I'm sitting here thinking like, you're telling me in a 10-point game that, yeah, 10 points is 10 points, but like in today's NBA, 10 points is nothing. And especially when it's like throughout 3 quarters, you're telling me Tyrese couldn't have made a big enough impact to where, he would have dished out some dimes to some other players. And then maybe, even though he doesn't score a lot, it's like, okay, let's just say he scores 5. You're telling me he's not able to dish out enough points to cover 5 points? That's his 5 plus 5, plus a couple more because it ended up being like a 13-point game. But you're telling me that Tyrese wouldn't have made that big of a difference? It's sad because I'm like, dude, I know I picked OKC to win, but OKC, I'm not saying they didn't deserve this, but where's the people who say bubble ring in 2020? Well, this is the Tyrese Haliburton ring right here. 2025, that's what I'm calling it. Oh, you won in 2025? Oh, you get that Tyrese Haliburton ring. Because, man, I think I think the Pacers and Tyrese deserved this one because I feel like they really played better this series. In my honest opinion, I
yeah,
think the Pacers played better this series. To be honest, it came down to this game, and Tyrese in the first quarter had 3 threes. He was the one who was clutch, Mister. Like, he wasn't even clutch player of the year, and yet for the playoffs, he was clutch player of the postseason for sure. So I'm like, 2025 ring is being renamed to the Tyrese Haliburton ring from now on. That's all I'm calling it. Everybody who wants to call 2020 a bubble ring, this is the THR Tyrese Haliburton ring, man. That's what I'm calling it. Let me see here. Pacers, Thunder,
Yeah,
So
man. Let me step in real quick. Hold on. Let me make sure. Can you hear me right? Can you hear me all right?
yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So here's my thoughts, man. For the first 7 minutes of the game, I thought, wow, we are really in for a very good game 7, right? We have
Yep.
dealt with a lot um, in terms of this series. We've dealt with a lot of bullshit. Dealt with a lot of BS. We've dealt with a lot of inconsistency, stuff like that. We've dealt with, I don't know. We've dealt with a lot of just I don't know, man. I really don't know how to describe it because here's my take on this, and it may not be the most popular or whatever, but I don't really care at this point. I just think it's crazy that like I said Pacers in 6, and I did describe why I said Pacers in 6. So in case you guys, want to say I flipped my pick or whatever, blah 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 blah, go take a look. But when I did my my initial pick, I thought to myself, if we get clean officiating all the way through the series, right, not just like a game or 2 or 3 here, the whole series, Pacers had a chance. Well, what happened in just about every single win the Pacers had? It was those games where it was clean officiating. If they were going to allow a certain level of physicality, it was allowed all the way through, which I loved. And it was the simple fact that basically because of the fact that for some weird reason they just are hell bent on giving this guy SGA all these freaking uh just free throws, bro. Like just easy contact fouls, bro, in the finals is not what you want to see. Like the regular season, it's already annoying that we have to deal with that. But like seeing that in the finals, like they wonder why the ratings are bad. It's stuff like that, bro. And like I don't care at this point. I'm gonna just unleash my inner self, bro. This is the weakest, softest fucking like championship I have seen in quite some fucking time, bro. Like seriously, it was trash. And me personally, I'm just like I just can't do it. I really can't. It's the simple fact that one moment you had a solid play between the Pacers. The next thing you had just like I don't even know what to call it. Like you'd have a game where like okay, like there were a few times where the Thunder did seem like okay, this is ours to get, this is ours to take, cool. But then like you would see the Pacers go on this run, and the run would kind of null and void it. Like oh hold up, we might have something. This is a good game, and it's like right when that good game is about to spark, it's like the referee just oh nope, we're gonna go ahead and foul again, foul for SGA, and that literally happened today too. If you notice, the Pacers were literally making a run in the fourth quarter. They were making a freaking run, and then out of
Yeah.
nowhere, completely just nullified it. And I'm just like, bro,
I
like,
know the refs ruined it. It was a good game, and then they started calling all these free throws, and it's like, who'd they go on? Of course, they went on the Thunder. So
and what I
Thunder
don't
were
get,
just
bro, is the freaking Pacers. I mean, the Pacers were barely even like fouling for the most part, but like at the same time, they would let people like Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, and I love AC Fresh, man. But at the same time, like this man was
the
hacking.
yeah,
Straight
no,
up,
hundred
he was
percent.
hacking, and they weren't calling nothing. They were allowing a level of physicality for them, but not for the others. And that
Yeah,
inconsistency is what drives me personally nuts because it's like, okay, so you trying to tell me that you got to let this other team be as physical as they want, but not the other team. Like only in moments of the game you'll let it go, but then other moments it's not. Like I don't know, bro. I
yeah,
can't even gather my thoughts right now because it was just a letdown. Like if I had to describe the game 7, it was a huge letdown, complete letdown. And I just felt bad, man, for Tyrese Haliburton because we've been following his journey throughout the playoffs. Me specifically, especially, like I really was convinced this man, he's going on a legendary run. And let's not take it away because they lost, because they didn't lose because of him. Let's just make that very clear. They did not lose because of him. They lost because of a multitude of things. And we're not going to just say officiating, right? Let's keep it a buck. They lost because they turned the ball over too many times in moments when they really had no business doing it. And the Thunder had moments where they were getting very timely steals as well. Like in this game, there was that. I would say they won by the third quarter. The Thunder won this game in the third quarter when they just blew the doors out, because when the Pacers had ended up going into the halftime up one, that third quarter they were down by a lot. So outside that third quarter, the Pacers in the fourth quarter were actually going tit for tat. And so if they had not lost that third quarter, who knows? We'd have a much better, game. But again, man, I wish that there was a much better way we could have experienced this Game 7 Finals. This is the last game of the season. Like if you're gonna crown a champion, bro, do it in a way where it's like earned. Like I feel like a lot of people don't truly feel the Thunder earned this one with what just happened. And I'll say this last thing because I want to hear what you got to say afterwards. But what I really didn't like about this series, let's go back to Game 4, right? Pacers were up two to
Yeah.
one. Pacers were up 2-1, and they were up by 10 majority of the game going into the fourth quarter. And then what happened?
Scott
The
Foster.
referees got in the way. Scott Foster got in the way. And I don't care if people want to discredit what we're saying here. I don't care, bro. You guys want to go talk about this or talk about or listen to some other channel, go for it, right? We just want to talk just because this is how we feel. And some people may agree with us, some people may not. But at the end of the day, bro, like that game four, that game four really did it. Because if you really look at it, I said Pacers in 6 win it at home. It's hard to win on the road. They had a chance to win on the road despite that. But if they had gotten that game four, gone up 3-1, right? And they did something that the Thunder have not experienced in this postseason so far, which is lose back-to-back games. Had the Pacers been able to accomplish what they had the ability to do, the Pacers would have won their first championship in franchise history 3 days ago. On what was it, Friday, Thursday? That's what would have happened. But because that whole BS that happened in game four, you know what? Like, I'm honestly convinced, bro. And I don't mean to ramble, but I have to, bro. I'm convinced this whole thing's scripted. Because I have a friend, bro. I'm not kidding you. I had a friend, like I told you this story. I have a friend who goes to church with me, and he told me how he asked his pharmacist or he asked somebody that he knows well, and he said OKC in 7, and here's how it's gonna happen. He broke it down to me. And I kid you not, this was like after game 2 or game 3 when the Pacers were up 2-1. But he broke it down to me, and I'm like, bro, if this happens, I can't not sit here and say that it's not scripted. And then on top of that, we heard about before the game started that the Thunder literally had championship buses ready to go. Like, yeah, you could say, oh, it's confidence, but at the same time, I don't recall ever hearing a story prior to the actual finals happening where a team had championship buses ready to go, bro. Like, I don't know. It just don't sit well with me personally. So I
Yeah,
want to
but
know
the
your
thing,
take because this was just trash to me, man.
so the thing is with the championship buses, um, from what I know, this is actually a common thing. They print out like the Pacers. The Pacers. I don't know if both teams have exactly the same things. Obviously, like the championship buses and parades they had with the Oklahoma City, winning the championship kind of thing. You could say confidence, but it's the same thing with like let's just say the Pacers won tonight and it was a 1 point game. Like nobody knows who's gonna win, but the Pacers win. The both the teams have like hats ready to go that says, you know, the Thunder won the finals or Pacers won the finals because they have to have all that stuff printed out and ready to go just in case. Yeah, they got to waste a little bit of money. Like, how much do those covers for those buses cost? Probably nothing, because all those tickets and probably one person's ticket, probably you know, is what helped recuperate the money for them to be able to pay for. Like, imagine a courtside seat at the finals, Game 7. You already know how much money they spend on that. To me, I mean, hey, I kind of low key feel like it's scripted in a way too. It's entertainment for a reason. I don't know about the championship buses being part of the secret though, because it's like they keep it such a high low profile on like things and it. I mean, if it was really so scripted, my question is how come it's like never leaked? really. Like I never see an accurate leak of like predictions of stuff that's going to happen. I don't see it. And so how are they not able to hide
Maybe they keep it tight.
buses? Yeah, but
Maybe they
like
keep it tight.
but Rick Carlisle is the one who saw the bus, and then he's the one who like talked to a reporter or something like that. So it's like you're telling me that everything's so scripted, but like you can't hide
But think of
big
it this way, Russ.
buses.
How
You're
much
gonna make
information? Hold on. How much information in these interviews do you think we really get to see? We only get to see what they want us to see. I
yeah, of
guarantee you
course.
there's portions, maybe even before they go live or after they go live, that they save specific uh, questions that they have that they don't want aired live, right? And so to me, I'm just saying, like, it would not pass me if something like that happened. I'm not trying to
Well,
completely
we
discredit
see
the
them
Thunder
sit down
either.
though, and then get up though. So it's like, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying like you can't script somebody getting up and down, but like they, like the players sit down at the table and then get up. Like we watch them sit down and watch them get up. So it's like to me, it's like, well, it looks like they just got there. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's scripted,
Yeah.
then they're scripting having each person walk in and sit down. Like, seems like a lot of work to me. I mean, hey, that's what the script would be, though. I get you. I'm
Well,
not against it.
yeah.
I'm not against it. It's just the championship parade buses seem like okay. Out of all things that like you got, like you couldn't hide that. I don't know. To me, it's a little interesting, but
I'm not
um,
really that tripping on that. It's really more just like I'll just keep it a buck because I'm not trying to like completely discredit the Thunder. I just personally like some people are going to respect the Thunder, some people won't. I just don't respect this championship from this team. And like, yeah, people are saying like, oh, they're only going to get better from here because they're young. But at the end of the day, like everybody's path is different. They said the same thing about the Celtics. They said the same thing about the Bucks. They said the same thing about um not
the
the
Raptors,
Raptors, but well, no, not really the Raptors because they didn't know what was
the
going on with
the
Kawhi.
Bucks, the
But
Suns, the
the
Warriors, the
yeah, they
Nuggets.
thought the Suns would make it back here again, and now look at what happened to the Suns. Like I just felt so bad for the state of Indiana and the Pacers because not only did you guys have the real chance to win a championship, first in your history, right, of your franchise, that town really does deserve. Like after seeing like how their fan base is and everything, that town truly does deserve a championship, right? They are a basketball town, basketball city at its finest. Like I have gained a lot more respect for the Pacers outside of my Lakers, man. I'm darn near a Pacers fan. If we're just talking about if I had to pick a team on the East, who do I like? I've damn near became a Pacers fan, and I'm cool with that. And so to me, it was just kind of like I don't know. It just really hurt me because I just I don't know. I just felt really bad. On top of
So,
that, you don't even know when they might make it back or if they'll make it back again.
well, that's what
You
I'm
know what I
saying
mean?
is you get, dude, he got hurt in Game 7 of the finals. He's not going to be there next season at all, even through the playoffs.
Oh,
Like, there's not even.
definitely not. Definitely
So
not. Yeah.
it's like, dude, think about how bad that must seem for a team who goes to the finals and then misses their star player all of next season, including the postseason. It's like, how real of a shot do you even give the Pacers to even make it? Like, how far do you see him going without Tyrese? Honestly, keep it a buck now.
I mean, yeah. Well, here's the thing. We don't know what's going to happen in the offseason. We don't know what they're going to do with their draft pick if they do have their draft pick. There's still a way because if you think about this Pacers team, unlike the Celtics, and even unlike the Bucks,
They're not
where
heavily
Damian Lillard,
reliant on.
let me finish my point, sir. No, I'm just playing. Exactly. We're reading the same minds. Damian Lillard and Jason Tatum, obviously, you already know, man. Like those teams heavily rely on them, and I'm not here to say that the Pacers don't heavily rely on Haliburton, but at the same time, Rick Carlisle, the coach, has literally stated several times this is a solid team, and we've actually seen that too in the making. And so a part of that is just the simple fact that they literally showed us that, right? And so if there's a team that I do feel a little bit more confident than say the other teams, having the ability to like bounce back, making a couple of changes here and there, I do believe the Pacers actually have what it takes, right? but it's going to take certain factors. It's not just like something that's going to happen. They do need more out of Pascal. They do need more out of Andrew Nimhart. I thought he had a great playoff postseason as well, especially defensively. I didn't know he would be this good defensively, but he definitely has his moments. And then you also want to see other players like Miles Turner. Before this game, right, a lot of talk about Miles Turner was, oh, the Pacers are willing to go over the luxury tax to go and keep Miles Turner. But now we have to really think about this because with Tyrese having to skip a year, that's a year basically where you're just kind of like, I wouldn't say throwing in the towel, but the chance of you winning a championship without your star point guard is not, it's not likely, right? And so to
I mean,
me,
I don't think it's ever happened. So I mean, it's not only just not likely; it's never happened. I can't tell you. I can't
exactly,
even remember. It's
exactly,
just your chances are 0% because it's like never happened before.
yeah. And we'll talk. We'll do another video on what we think might actually happen in the East because I got a crazy, not really crazy, but I got an interesting take about the East with all the stuff that's been going on, and who might really have a solid chance to come out of the East this coming year, depending on what they do as far as how they spend their off season, how they spend their trade, all that stuff. And so, I mean, not their trade, but their their off season and whatnot. So um, yeah, I
So
just
the thing is with the Pacers, man. It's you know what's crazy is that next year people were already. I mean, like obviously we know the East has some sleeper teams. You know, like but the thing is no matter what, it's always been dubbed the weak East. Um, Now people can argue that, but like think about all the people who got an Achilles or ACL tear just in the East this postseason. Dame on the Bucks, JT on the Celtics, and Hallie on the Pacers, bro. Think about how many of those teams are top teams. Think about that, bro. That
yeah.
leaves next year, like, bro, like the regular season is gonna seem weird because all those players are gonna be gone the whole year. Name a time the last time stars like that, like Dame, JT, and Hallie. I mean, have have all missed an entire season like that. That's crazy to me. I mean, it is just. It's like the regular season games are going to be skewed a little bit because of the East teams are going to feel like they're going to be beatable because they don't have their point guard. Doesn't mean they can't lose the game. Obviously, it's just they
You know
definitely have a
what,
better shot.
bro? As you're saying this is pissing me off even more because now look at the freaking draft. The Dallas Mavericks, first pick. What side are they on? The West. The San Antonio Spurs, second pick. What side are they on? The West. Like, I'm pretty sure 3 out of the top five picks are all on the West. I don't. Oh yeah, the three is the Sixers. I don't know who the four is because I can't think of it right now. But regardless, it just pisses me off because like, bro, everybody's staying either
Bro,
West or going West, and yet the East, the path to the East is so freaking easy. But it's just like I don't know, man. It stresses me out thinking about it. I can't think about it right now,
bro,
bro.
I just thought
I
about
can't.
this. That's another team with a top guy in the league. The 76ers with Embiid out as well. Another top guy. Bro, this era of stars is dude, they're like it's just
We're gonna
horrible
definitely have to talk
coincidence.
about. We're gonna definitely have to talk about in a separate video about these injuries because not just basketball, but football alike. I'm seeing this particular Achilles injury happen far too often for my liking, and I'm trying to think back at how often did we see this type of injury take place in the league before? Because yes, we did see Kobe Bryant with his injury back in 2016, but even before and after that, who do we really recall having an Achilles injury like this? It has happened so much and so often in the 2020s that I'm kind of starting to get a little bit concerned. And I'm wondering what exactly is contributing to this. I'm not a doctor, obviously, so I don't know what that could be, but it's definitely a topic I want to talk about because
it doesn't make any sense to me. Like three, not one, not two, three Achilles tears in one postseason. That's not good for the
on
NBA
one
at
side,
all.
and of course it's the
On
East.
one side, but just period. Just in one postseason. It's
Yeah,
terrible. You know, and then you got all these injuries like John Morant going out, right? He was out. That cost them game 4, game 5 against the Thunder in the first round when they
he's
got
never
down and
been
swept.
healthy in a playoff series. Think about this.
He's never been
Even the
healthy really
Lakers.
for the most part, but that's my point though. Is like they pay these athletes so much money for what? Like, yes, it's entertaining, but like, what good is entertainment when the entertainers are freaking hurt all the time? It don't make any sense. People
Right.
pay good money to watch these star players. Why don't you take better care of your star players? You're literally paying all these staff members of your organization, specifically nutrition
Yeah.
and health coaches, training and lifting coaches. What does that actually do? Who's that actually helping? Because all I know is it's hurting a lot more than it is helping. I don't know a lot of star players at this point in case that are actually like safe. It's hard to find a durable star player in the league today.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson, he's hurt. Joel Embiid, he's hurt. Even Giannis has had his times where he's been hurt, and he's the
Yeah.
closest thing to being durable as a superstar
Yeah.
player. Everybody else
Think.
has been hurt all the damn time.
Yeah. Also, Luka, AD.
Bro, don't even get me started with Luka because we're gonna have to do another video. But I was thinking about doing a video. Let me just say it. Think of it this way, bro. How stupid does Dallas really feel, or how stupid does the Dallas fan base really feel, knowing that Luka literally had came from a calf strain, took his time, had his doctors, his experts take a look at it, and now he was able to not only finish and complete the season, but he's going into an offseason, losing his weight and building his endurance to overcome what could have been an Achilles tear himself. See, that's the problem. So I think there's more to that story with Dallas than they're letting us know, because it's not often you hear a story about the medical team for a professional organization like the Dallas Mavericks being this incompetent, but it clearly is. And the fact that we've seen this many Achilles tears, and they always often start with a calf strain. Anytime you hear a player being hurt with a calf strain, you should automatically know it's it, because your higher risk factor is Achilles. And at that point, if your highest risk factor is Achilles, and we know that Achilles tears don't just take a year, it doesn't. It actually really takes about 18 months to a year. Look at Kevin Durant. Look at Aaron Rodgers, possibly coming back and playing a lot better, right? Every time we've seen somebody with an Achilles tear, they don't play the same until at least 18 months. So at that point in time, I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, wow, you know what? For one, I would be pissed even more if I was a Mavericks fan, because that tells me that our organization clearly didn't care about our superstar player when he really needed that care. When he was hurt and he needed our organization to be, resting him and taking better care of him and all that stuff, they did it. Instead, all they did was try to push him to come out, and they tried to scapegoat him. And now look, now he's with the Lakers, and yeah, we may have got the first pick because, Adam Silver just wants to go ahead and I
Yeah.
guess give parity still. But at the same point in case, it's just like that could have been
Welcome
even worse
in,
for
viewers.
Luka.
Just wanted to say thank you for coming in and supporting us. OKC win the championship tonight. Haliburton going down. Crazy stuff, man. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Sorry, Vince. Go ahead.
No, you're good. That's pretty much it for me, man. But I mean, that's really all my opinion is for now, as far as
Yeah,
as far as this whole ordeal. But
bro. I obviously don't care. You don't care. But like, we be
right.
looking like some straight OKC haters when OKC wins the championship. They got us talking about scripted. Clearly, it's actually it's all facts, but it's just funny. That's how OKC people be hating OKC, because we be out here talking about conspiracy theories and just all this other stuff. Obviously, we know that the Thunder are great, but we just don't feel like they earned it. As crazy as that sounds, I don't even
They
care.
didn't earn it completely.
Come after me. You keyboard warriors, come after me. What are you gonna do? Because I said, hey, they didn't earn it. All right, I still don't respect them. Okay, This isn't one of those situations. But my thing is with the Dallas Mavericks thing, bro. What if the Mavs let go of Luka because he wanted to save himself, like I think you were saying, because he didn't want to go and play because he knew, hey, I'm gonna get more injured if I play, and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
fine, you don't want to play, you want to sit out, we will trade you while you're out, even though we know you're coming back, we're gonna trade you while you're out, show you, okay, fine, you don't want to play, fine, we'll trade you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree with you. We're not OKC haters. We just don't care that much to be OKC haters. We just love good basketball at the end of the day. And like that's the thing is with other people's fan bases, when when it's obviously your team, right, that's winning the championship, of course you're gonna be a little bit biased. At the end of the day, your team won the championship. Congratulations. Especially since
Mm-hmm.
it's your first as a franchise. We're not trying to take that away at all. But it's the fact that like, when your team's not playing anymore, now you have a clear point of view as far as what teams that you would like to see win and
Mm-hmm.
why, right? Like you got to think of it. Why did most of America want the Pacers to win? Now, notice I didn't say they picked the Pacers to win. I said they
Mm-hmm.
want the Pacers to win. Well, it's because for one, they were the underdog. Everybody loves a good underdog story, but it was also because of the fact that they just did not, and by they I mean, I just didn't respect how the OKC Thunder were officiated a lot of times. We didn't like the way that SGA, their MVP player, whatever, got the way his points were. I mean, even this game alone, I didn't get a chance to watch long enough to see if he even won the Finals MVP or not. But what I can
He
tell
did.
you is, yeah, I'm not surprised. Like yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like he didn't even have a good game. He literally played ass. He took 27 shot attempts. He shot like 23% and did not play all that good. Like yes, he had like what 12 assists or
Holy
whatever,
cow,
but it's kind of
27
easy.
field goal attempts.
That's what I'm saying. That was what's crazy? My favorite player is Kobe Bryant, right? And so like one would say like, oh well, what
11
about with
free
Kobe?
throws. Oh
There we go.
no.
Yeah. And for me, it was just like I don't know. I know why they gave it to him. I'm not saying that he didn't deserve it, but again, this is my point. Like a lot of people who just love good ball, it's not even like that SGA doesn't play sexy or nothing like that. Like he's not like a high flyer. He doesn't
Wait,
like shoot
pause.
threes like Steph Curry. No, like that's the phrase. Like he doesn't play like
No, I
attractive,
know.
right? Like good to the
I'm just,
game.
I'm just, I know.
I know
It's,
you're just
I
messing
got you.
around. But it's just the fact that like he just the way that he like think of it this way. How they officiated him this year, have we ever seen him be officiated like this ever before? That's the real question. Because it'd be one thing if he was always officiated this way, but because he's not, and for some weird reason they chose this season for him to be officiated this way with every single basically shot or whatever that he take that or like shot attempt or layup or whatever forcing the occasion, like that's the part that's just kind of a little bit disheartening. It's just like why,
Yeah.
and I think the same thing too, like why is he getting the calls but like people like Luka's not getting the calls, people like Jokic not getting the calls, people like LeBron not getting the calls. LeBron
Well,
is
that's
even
the
more
thing.
physical, and it's just
That's
like
the
bro,
thing,
like
bro.
why?
Is I don't. That's what exactly makes me think it's like scripted because it's like, dude, LeBron used to get a fair whistle, more than a fair whistle. I mean, it's like, dude, anybody who says LeBron gets a crazy whistle, I mean, like, yeah, can he, convince the ref with the way he acts sometimes to change a call? I kind of low key feel like it. Yeah, it kind of scares the ref into changing the call because like first reaction, what you see a player do, but like, dude, LeBron does really not get a whistle. The amount of free throws he shoots is not even anywhere. Like, I'm not saying he needs free throws, but like a foul's a foul, right? Um, you're right though. LeBron just, all these other players, they don't get the whistle. I don't know why. I don't. But really quickly, I wanted to notate on this box score here. Dude, the Thunder only had 3 people who even had an assist. 3 people on the Thunder who had an assist. Everyone else had 0. That's crazy to me. I mean, even the Pacers had 7 people. The Thunder had 3, and Shea is one. He got 12 assists. Isaiah Hartenstein had 4, and Jalen Williams had 4. To me, it's crazy for a center to even get 4 assists because it's like usually the center is the one. If you get the ball, like bro, you're going down low and you're posting up and then putting the ball in the basket. But I mean, props to him for even getting any assists. But yeah, 29 points, 12 assists, and then 27 shot attempts for SGA. That's what's crazy. You can get 29 points with 8 field goals made, and 11 of them being free throws. That's crazy to me. Alex Caruso deserves his flowers. Probably the only one who I actually like on the team. I mean, the rest of them are okay, but let's see, on the Pacers. I mean, Benedict Mathurin was 24. Dude, Mathurin looked like he wanted. If we just had like 5 more of them Benedict Mathurins, we would have won the game and dominated the Thunder because, dude,
Look at you
the guy
saying
was.
we.
I know, right? I know.
Look at you saying we,
sorry.
man.
Oh no, you caught me. My heart was in it there for a second. Okay, nope, sorry. I know. OKC pick was mine. 24 points for Benedict Mathurin though. It's like crazy because like, dude, nobody throughout the series even scored more than 20 points in a game. So for him to score that many in a finals game in a game 7, that's impressive. Still at a minus 14 plus minus, but this man, he showed out and showed up and showed out. And dude, every moment, even at the game when it ended and it was done, really, dude was still showing hustle and effort. Like dude, it was tied with 10 seconds to go in the fourth. That's how much effort he was given. And Obi Toppin, bro, come on, you played 20 minutes, you got a goose egg. Even Obi Toppin had a better plus minus than Benedict Mathurin, and Obi Toppin didn't even score a single basket. That's crazy. That's wild to me. I mean, I get how plus minus works, but it's just crazy when you like look at it. But because like box score only like there's way more stats than the NBA that the NBA does that they just don't show. But obviously the biggest ones are obviously free throw, minutes played, rebounds, blocks, steals, points, plus minus. 3-point makes, attempts, all this kind of stuff. They show all that, but like. So the fact that they show plus minus kind of shows you like, okay, it's kind of an important stat to show you, right? When it's like it doesn't really show you the game because like you can obviously tell Benedict Mathurin was definitely better than Obi Toppin, but
Right.
It's just kind of funny how that works. But I mean, poor James Johnson, man. Wanted that guy to win one actually because I don't know how much longer he's going to be in the league, but he old. In NBA terms. And Pascal Siakam, man, I wanted him to win another one too. I actually like him. But other than that, guys, Thunder 2025 Tyrese Haliburton ring championship. That's how it be. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We are heading out for the night. Watch out, Oklahoma, if you're down there. Party safely, man. It's your first one. And don't go no crazy, okay? All right. Well, Vince, do you have anything else to say? It says peace.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been
I can't believe the playoffs are over. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, it's been a crazy, I'll just say this. First and foremost, I don't know. I don't have a chance to see if there's anybody watching the live at this moment or not. But even if not, if you do tune in to the end, I do want to give a shout out and a thanks to all the people that have been supporting this channel along the way. Obviously, we started this channel very late, back in April. So quite literally, we had like maybe 10, maybe 12 games tops, that we first started the first episode. And I gotta say, man, it's been fun. It's been fun learning. It's been fun doing the solos, doing the tag teams with you. But along the way, man, we've had some great deal of support from people we know, people we don't know. And I definitely want to let you guys know, man, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up next season. Don't sleep, man. The drafts is coming here in about 3 days. We're gonna possibly do a video about that. Obviously, Summer League is out here in Vegas. I do live out here, so perhaps I'll get a chance to see how some of the young stars Especially in this draft, the top 4, top 5 picks that we've heard about. I want to see how they really look in person. And so I might be able to get some coverage on that, and we'll see what's up. But you guys definitely want to stay tuned in. We'll be covering a lot more Lakers stuff, obviously, once the season begins again. But if you guys have certain teams that you want us to cover, let us know. And I'll be sure to talk to my boy Russ here about adding them to our roster. But other than that, you guys, that's it for me.
Yes,
I'm going to be
sir.
taking off here. I got to go. Love you, Russ. Love you guys for tuning in. Y'all take care.
Yes, sir. Have a good night. Peace.
Have a good night, man.